So if you're a Star Wars fan, you probably have seen the Star Wars films. Now, if you have seen the Star Wars films, that means you've seen Return of the Jedi. Now, who remembers in Return of the Jedi during the scene where Luke enters Jabba's palace, he's strolling through and looks all mysterious, like, kind of dark, really. I mean, he turns up, all uncloaked, walks through, and then the pig gods come over. Now, I know there's a proper Star Wars name for them. I can't remember it. I don't know everything about Star Wars. So they're going to be now, in this video, pigmen. Like from Doctor Who. But these pigmen gods come over and try to block his path. And Luke does something. He doesn't use mind trick. He doesn't do a distraction. He chokes them. Not physically, but through the Force. They grasp their necks and back off into the wall, choking. Now, this is a little bit of a dark side to Luke, isn't it? Wouldn't you agree? So, the question is, why? Why would a hero use something that a villain uses? Now, we've seen throughout the original trilogy that Vader is quite famous for using the choking method. He's done it physically and he's done it through the Force numerous times to several people. And now we see his son doing the exact same thing. Choking another life form. Now this is mainly a dark side power. Now I know there's games where if you're good you can use it as a power, but those games they're kind of like, it's up to you really what you choose and what you want to do really, isn't it? You can be good in Jedi Knight Academy and then start choking people and still be good at the end of the game. But within the film, the powers are sort of like, they're the goodish ones. These are the ones that anyone can use. These ones, you're bad. Mainly lightning and choking are the bad ones. So we see Luke choking. Now, with the films, it's sort of like history repeats itself. He is following his father's footsteps. Now, he kind of does that through the movie. He's wearing all black. He attacks first as well in the movie. During the beginning of the lightsaber duel in Return of the Jedi, he attacks first, goes to slash at the Emperor because he gives in to his anger, because he's getting more and more pissed off with Palpatine just sitting there going, oh, your friends would die! And he's just like, oh, for fuck's sake, slash! But Vader blocks him now, which is a kind of a weird thing, because in the past film he was saying that they could join forces to kill the Emperor. I don't know, maybe it was a ploy, maybe not. But yeah, Luke uses a dark side power because he's following his father's footsteps. And a lot of people say, no, he does this, he does that. It's quite evidently he is choking these two other characters. That's what he's doing. Choking. Minutes later after choking them, when his negotiations with Jabba doesn't work, he uses Force to grab a blaster to shoot fucking Jabba in the face. Not very Jedi-like of the prequels, but he's kind of a badass Jedi, really. He kind of rides the line, which I think is kind of vague. Adds a bit more characterization to Luke itself. Now, yet again, some dark elements he's treading here. He's stepping a few toes on the good side, but hey, he's a bit of a badass, in a way. Dabbling, experimenting. Hey, again, he's had no proper training. He trained when he was like in his late teens, and now into his 20s. He's only had like what, maybe a few days with Obi-Wan, a few days, weeks with Yoda, and that's roughly about it. He's had to learn himself about how to do all this Jedi shit and all that. You would kind of have to dabble in other things to experiment and know what you're doing. So maybe he's one of those Jedis that will say, if I can use it to my advantage, I'll use it. But still, it's treading into dark light. Same as Vader, especially when he cuts off his hand after that duel and he notices how close he came to be to being like Vader. He nearly killed his own father and took his place like several years before when Anakin killed Dooku in Revenge of the Sith. It's really, I feel weird even saying this, even though the originals were made first and the prequels, yet the prequels are meant to be here. It's weird. So, what do you think? Do you think Luke actually did use a dark side power in Return of the Jedi, or do you think, anyone can really use this? Let me know in the comments and just go crazy about it. I've been Movie Maniac, and this is my thought on Luke being evil. Bye.